He was working and cooperating with the relevant government agencies.
This is unexplored territory.
Former prosecutor Harry Littman told CBS News securing a search warrant in a case like this would require a high standard of evidence.
This kind of high-stakes, high-level service of a search warrant by the FBI, I think that's unprecedented.
Multiple sources told CBS News the search warrant for Mar-a-Lago was connected to missing White House records. Earlier this year, the National Archives asked the Justice Department to investigate Trump's handling of official documents. Under the Presidential Records Act, documents sent and received as president must be preserved. But in January, the National Archives said some records returned by Trump were ripped up or taped together. In addition, sources say classified material was among 15 boxes retrieved from his Florida estate.
This is a big-time move that in part is going to be stepping on a hornet's nest. Not the same as saying they'll charge him, but man, they are treating him like any other criminal suspect, and that's high drama.
Family outrage came from the former president's son, Eric, who was on Fox News.
To have 30 FBI agents, actually more than that, descend on Mar-a-Lago, give absolutely no notice, go through the gate, start ransacking an office, ransacking a closet. Give me a break. And this is coming from what, the National Archives?
Now to Albuquerque, where police have stepped up security at mosques and schools after the recent killings of 4 Muslim men. CBS's Omar Villafranca says authorities believe the crimes may be linked.
Emotions are still raw for Sharif Hedi. More than 9 months after his younger brother, Mohammed Zahir Ahmedi, was killed behind their family's halal market in what investigators say may be a targeted attack. Authorities announced they are investigating a possible link between his brother's murder and the murders of 3 other Muslim men. Ahmad Assad is president of the Islamic Center of New Mexico. People are so scared, they're missing prayer service.
Well, they are. I mean, they're missing their daily routine. They're missing their life. They're missing their sanity.
Teachers and staff returning to school today in Uvalde, Texas, for the first time since the elementary school attack that killed 21 children and 2 adults. Kids return to class next month. At a school board meeting last night, parents like Adam Martinez expressed concern.
I told my son that we're going to have extra cops there. And he said, who cares about the cops? They're not going to do anything anyway.
The school district is looking for an interim police chief. Chief Pete Arredondo, criticized for the response to the shooting, will be the subject of a termination hearing. 4 minutes after the hour.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need to know what it takes for a home loan to fit your budget and your family? Rocket can.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results at our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. And right now, we're offering a free treatment just for coming in. That's right. You can try this treatment at no cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
With clinics in San Mateo and Sacramento, call 650-407-1168. That's 650-407-1168. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com. HSA cards welcome and financing available.
It's now a murder case near Los Angeles as DA George Gascon brings charges against the 37-year-old woman accused of causing a fiery and deadly car crash last week.
The 6 counts of murder pertain to the 5 people that were killed in a horrific crash, as well as an unborn baby who was also killed.
A Utah apparel company known for products touting the Second Amendment and Donald Trump has been fined by the Federal Trade Commission for putting Made in USA labels on goods made in China and other countries. The company, called Lions Not Sheep, has been ordered to pay more than $200,000. Some people have made money flipping houses, but as we hear from CBS's Carter Evans, the same sort of thing is working for some auto buyers.
How much did you pay for that out the door with taxes?
I think like $87,600.
Dennis Wing just bought a brand new Tesla 5 months ago, but the offer he just got from a dealer is too good to pass up.
$101,000. It's absolutely insane. Mind blowing.
Eddie Grivis flipped his car for $5,000 more than he paid for it.
9 months, and this is how much it appreciated.
Used car prices are actually up 53%, but some car makers are beginning to crack down. GM is now warning buyers the warranties on some of its most popular vehicles will disappear if those cars are flipped within the first 12 months. Tesla says it may unilaterally cancel any order we believe was made with a view toward resale. And that's exactly what happened to Dennis Wang's next car.
My orders for Teslas actually have been deleted.
After winning her first competitive tennis match in more than a year at an event in Toronto, Serena Williams, who is 40 years old, suggested retirement might be near.
There's just a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know, I'm getting closer to the light. Can't wait to get to the light. I know you're joking, but can you... Okay, so then explain to me what the light is to you, what the light represents.
Freedom. This morning, we remember Olivia Newton-John, who died yesterday at 73, winner of 4 Grammys with 14 top 10 singles.
She sold more than 100 million records. Olivia Newton-John's string of hits began with a Bob Dylan classic. There would be many others in the 70s and 80s. And she displayed a wide range of vocal talents, songs that rocked and some that didn't. There was also success on the big screen, playing opposite John Travolta in the film version of Grease. Olivia Newton-John battled breast cancer for 30 years. Steve Futterman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Time on the roundup, 8 past the hour.
It is 7:08 at the Bay Area's news station KCBS. We've got a lot of sunshine around the Bay throughout the afternoon today, and actually we've got a lot this morning. Just a little patchy fog expected to hug the coast all day long. Good morning, I'm Melissa Colross. Just ahead on KCBS, more monkeypox shots arrive in San Francisco. Let's head out to your local Honda dealer's traffic center now to check in with Kim Wonderly on how the drive's looking this morning.
Yeah, we have a problem coming down the East Shore Freeway. As you know, there were earlier issues down around the Emeryville side that left things a bit slow coming out of San Pablo, and it is at West 80 San Pablo Avenue right now. We have a 2-car fender bender. One is sideways in the right lane, so traffic is beginning to back up or is backing up a little farther now from San Pablo Dam Road to that spot. A little break in traffic, but there's more brake lights in front of you. This is just a slow roll, not stop and go, but from Cutting Boulevard most of the way into Berkeley, we're still experiencing some sluggish traffic here. Bay Bridge metering lights have long been on. The backup is a little bit beyond the West Grand Merge at this point. Another real slow spot. There's no crashes here. It's westbound Highway 4. This is filled in from Railroad Avenue most of the way out to the Concord side of Willow Pass. Also in the Martinez area, South 680, just after Marina Vista. It's like a stalled car that was pulling a trailer, partially blocking the right lane according to CHP. And we still have a bit of stop and go trying to get through San Lorenzo, San Leandro into Hayward. Earlier, big crash that was down by 92. Left traffic very heavy from Washington Avenue now down to A Street. That's the worst of it. After that, you're on your way. Silicon Valley so far been pretty quiet this morning. North 101, not a body collision cam. Sees no crashes here, just a little bit of sluggish traffic from 280 out to McKee. Your next update, 7:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS. A lot of sunshine around the Bay right now, and that will continue throughout the afternoon today. Just a little bit of patchy fog expected to hug the beaches. Highs getting into the 60s at the coast, 70s by the Bay, and into the mid-80s inland. Will look mostly clear tonight, very late or maybe early tomorrow morning. Some fog and low clouds from the coastline will push into the Bay. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny once again, getting a little bit warmer, maybe even the low 90s in some inland spots. We've got traffic and weather together on the 8 Sunol News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 7:10. Long lines once again are forming at vaccination clinics in San Francisco now that the city has received a huge dose of monkeypox vaccine. KCBS's Matt Bigler joins us live from SF General with the latest. Matt?
Melissa, there are several hundred people waiting in line outside the vaccination clinic here at SF General. The first 2 men in line arrived just after midnight, hoping to get protected against monkeypox.
We'll There's a lot of anxiety around monkeypox, so yeah, I was pretty worried about it. So I want to be safe. I don't want to get it.
For me, it's important because I work with homeless people, so I definitely need to protect myself and protect them as well. These clinics are open after San Francisco received 10,000 doses of monkeypox vaccine. That's more than twice as many as the last 2 shipments. But members of the LGBTQ community say that is far from adequate. Yesterday, protesters demonstrated outside San Francisco Federal Building demanding a faster federal response to this disease, which is being spread primarily among men who have sex with men. While monkeypox is rarely fatal, San Francisco Health Director Dr. Grant Colfax says it is a serious illness. It can cause severe symptoms, can cause severe pain, scarring, disability, and I think people are understanding that we need more vaccine. He says another 35,000 doses are needed to protect the highest risk groups. The supply of vaccine is expected to run out soon, so to find out about availability at clinics, the San Francisco Health Department is recommending that anyone who wants a shot follows them on Twitter. Live at San Francisco General Hospital, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Thank you, Matt. A number of children suffering from anxiety and depression went up significantly during the first year of the pandemic. KCBS's Jennifer Hodges reports live. California saw the second largest increase in the country in children dealing with those issues. Jennifer.
That's right, Melissa. Nationwide, a 26% increase in kids dealing with depression and anxiety, but in California, the numbers went up by 70%. That from the Kids Count data book from the NAE Casey Foundation. Earlier this year, Dr. Dave Anderson spearheaded a project, a series of videos
where we talk to educators about the ways that they can integrate this in their classroom in simple ways that are meant to be a light lift. We talk to caregivers about how they can integrate these skills at home.
He's referring to skills children can use in order to improve their mental health.
Understanding feelings, relaxation skills, understanding thoughts, managing intense emotions, and mindfulness.
Now, according to the data book, only South Dakota fared worse than California, 2 states with very different approaches to the COVID pandemic. California went on lockdown first, while South Dakota had high numbers with kids for in-person learning. Reporting live, Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
Thank you, Jennifer. KCBS News Time 7:13. We'll get a sports update in just 2 minutes.
This is the Eye in the Sky Traffic Watch, brought to you by Ring Central. This is Neil, your eye on traffic, and today looks like a doozy. You want my advice? Ditch the commute and connect on Ring Central. They put call, meet, and message all in one app, so you can connect with anyone, anytime. I'm hearing from Chet in the studio. You're breaking up, Chet. Looks like you should have called on Ring Central.
Ring Central. Simpler communications.
Discover the greatest pharaoh of all time, Ramses the Great, in the most impressive collection of its kind. Experience 181 priceless Egyptian artifacts, including some of the world's most treasured riches. Enhance your immersive experience and transport yourself to ancient Egypt in virtual reality. Ramses.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
The Pharaohs. Opening August 20th at the Young Museum. Limited tickets available. Buy yours today.
Staples has everything for school at great prices, so this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward and master 5th grade math. I can't do this. It's impossible. Not you, Dad. Your daughter. Staples will help her move forward. Right. Right now, Staples cop books and number 2 pencils are just 50 cents each. Plus 2 pocket paper folders are only 25 cents each. Everything on your list at amazing prices. Staples, we're not going back. We're going forward to school. Ends 8/27 in store. Only limit 30.
This is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup sound experiment. We're looking to find the perfect way to hear Reese's so you'll buy more of them. Here we go. Reese's. 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 Reese's.
Reese's. Hey, get out of here, you little stinker.
Reese's.
Reese's.
Reese's. Peanut Butter Cups. That breathy one sounded very creepy, am I right?
Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Keith Benconi. Biden's Inflation Reduction Act giving California clean energy advocates plenty of reasons to smile.
I just feel much, much more optimistic.
KCBS News Time 7:15. We're going to head over to the Bay Area Chevy dealer sports desk where we find Ted Ramey. Ted, tennis without Serena Williams? I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, it has been so long since we
tennis without Serena Williams. And to keep this in mind, she is not yet announcing her retirement per se.
I'm just worried.
I know, but she penned an essay for Vogue talking about her career evolving. So she's not using the word retirement just yet. She's using the term evolving or evolution. In this essay, she says, I've been reluctant to admit to myself or anyone else that I have to move on from playing tennis. She went on to say it's a taboo topic between her and her husband. But again, nothing is official. She says the countdown has begun, though, and she's going to relish these next few weeks. So she's currently playing at the Canadian Open. She is slated to play at the Western and Southern Open next week, and then she said she's going to try and play at the U.S. Open as her final tournament later this month. One final attempt to try and tie Margaret Court's record of 24 major titles. So Serena Williams, unquestionably the greatest of all time, but going for the non-modern record of the 24 majors. Over to baseball, great pitching, great defense. That's a pretty good combination for a win. The Giants did just that last night, beating the Padres 1-0. But the game ended on a record-tying pitch from Giants closer Camilo Doval.
Another 2-2. Bell strikes out Swizzy. 103 from Camilo Doval, and he blew him away. What a game and what a win for the Giants. A 1-0 final score. That was some big league stuff from Doval.
Yes, it was. 103 miles per hour. You could roast a marshmallow on heat like that. The Giants take on the Padres again tonight at 6:40 in San Diego. With the sports desk, Ted Ramey, KCBS.
When you want something great, you probably don't want to wait for it, right? I mean, you might even be stuck waiting in traffic right now, and well, how enjoyable is that? Well, Xfinity has a great new offer on fast internet.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Unlimited internet with gig speed and supersonic Wi-Fi too. And get this, there's no annual contract required, no equipment fees, and a 2-year internet rate guarantee. Plus, it even comes with a free Flex 4K streaming box, and it's all just $50 a month when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data, a price that is truly jaw-dropping. The Xfinity Supersonic Bundle. Well, don't wait. Visit Xfinity.com/gig. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store to learn more today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires seamless billing and auto pay. New gigabit internet customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
One day I was in a dressing room trying to steal a dress, and I was like, I'm a statistic. I'm homeless, I'm stealing. Then I realized if I don't change something, I'm going to end up in jail for death. And I remember this quote that was attributed to Buddha that happiness doesn't depend on who you are or what you have. It depends on what you think. And so I decided to see if I could turn my life around one thought at a time.
More at imlistening.org. Talk saves lives.
Running out of hot water? Might be time for a new water heater. Visit waterheatersonly.com and get 0% deferred interest up to 24 months. Quick service, friendly local technicians. Visit waterheatersonly.com. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply. KCBS Traffic and Weather sponsored by Water Heaters Only. We begin with the traffic watch, and Kim begins on Highway 4.
Yeah, last time I was telling you how heavy the traffic was. Well, now we have word of a crash in the middle of that very slow band of traffic from Pittsburgh to Concord. This is on the Bay Point side. Westbound 4, just after Bailey. Injury crash with a motorcycle down. The left lane is blocked, so they're rolling emergency first responders to the scene. Traffic, as I said, is slow anyway from Railroad Avenue, but then the closer you get over to Bay Point, the more congested the freeway. Again, the crash just after Bailey. It's the left lane, so stay to the right here. In the meantime, it looks like we have westbound 80 San Pablo Avenue, a crash that was a single car crash, just clear to the shoulder. Slow pockets on 80 anyway from San Pablo Dam Road down to about Gilman. Then it's loosened up considerably. We've recovered pretty nicely. The rest of the East Shore down to the MacArthur Maze. Right out the maze, that's where the Bay Bridge backup sits now, so it has backed up behind the metering lights here. We're also looking at westbound 580 heading to the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. Crash off to the side right near the Richmond Parkway, so we see slow traffic from that point forward to the toll plaza there. And then we had word of a crash, a little fender bender looked like on the top of the high-rise section of the San Mateo Bridge. This may have been removed because luckily it was said to be blocked, but traffic, it's a little bit crowded, but not all that congested. So we'll see how this one pans out. Your next update is at 7:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast now, introducing Sleep Match exclusively at Mancini Sleep World. For that forecast, we say goodbye.